The universe needs you to hear this tonight. There is someone who is about to lose you, and for the first time, they actually know it. Something has shifted, not in them, in you. And they feel it. They feel it deep in their bones. They feel it in the silence you no longer try to fill. They feel it in the calm you now carry, the same calm that used to be chaos. You are different now. And that difference terrifies them more than you know. This person has been taking your presence for granted. They thought you would always wait. They believed your door would stay open forever no matter what they did or did not do. But that door is closing, and they can feel every inch of it. What you are about to hear is not something you should skip, not because they are ready, but because they are running out of time. The universe is going to show you exactly what is happening inside them right now. Stay with this. There is someone who is beginning to panic. Not the loud kind of panic, the quiet kind. The kind that pulls you out of sleep at 3 a.m. with a heaviness on your chest. The kind that makes ordinary moments feel empty. The kind that whispers, "You are losing something you can never get back." Keep watching, because what comes next will shift something deep inside you tonight. There is something happening right now that you cannot see, but you can feel. This person has noticed your energy change. They cannot explain it. They cannot put it into words. But something in their soul knows the truth. The one who used to reach for them has stopped reaching. The one who used to wait has stopped waiting. The one who used to need them has become complete without them. This shift did not happen overnight. It happened slowly, quietly, one realization at a time, one tear at a time, one moment of choosing yourself at a time. And now they feel the weight of that. Your energy used to call to them. It used to reach across distances. It used to show up in their dreams. It used to pull at their heart even when they tried to ignore it. Now, your energy is still, centered, complete, and that stillness is the loudest thing they have ever heard. It speaks louder than any words you ever said. It says more than any message you ever sent. It tells them something they are not ready to face. You do not need them anymore. Not in the desperate way you once did. Not in the way that kept them comfortable. Not in the way that let them take their time while you held space for a love they were too afraid to give. The universe has been watching this story unfold from the very beginning. It has seen every moment you gave more than you received. Every night you waited for a message that never came. Every time you made excuses for their silence. Every prayer you whispered in the dark, asking why love had to hurt this much. The universe heard all of it, every single word. And the universe decided it was time for you to rise. You have been rising quietly, powerfully, without any announcement or drama. You have been becoming someone new, someone who does not beg for love, someone who does not make themselves smaller to keep others comfortable, someone who knows their own worth without needing anyone else to confirm it. This transformation has created a shift in the energy between you and this person. Where there was once an open door, there is now a door slowly closing. Where there was once endless patience, there is now a peace that no longer waits. Where there was once a heart that would do anything, there is now a heart that has finally chosen to protect itself. They feel this. They feel every single bit of it. And something deep inside them is starting to break open. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you next explains everything about what they are doing right now when you are not looking. They are lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying old conversations, wondering where everything went wrong. They wonder why the person who used to try so hard has gone quiet. They wonder if they made a mistake they cannot undo. They thought they had time. That is what they kept telling themselves. They thought you would always be there. They thought your love was something they could return to whenever they felt ready. They thought the door would stay open no matter how long they took to walk through it. They were wrong. The universe does not wait forever. Love does not wait forever. And you have finally stopped waiting. This realization is hitting them in waves. Some days they can push it away. They can distract themselves. They can pretend everything is fine. But then the night comes. And in the silence, the truth finds them. They are losing you. Not to someone else. Not to anger or resentment. They are losing you to something far more powerful. They are losing you to your own peace, your own wholeness, your own decision to stop pouring into something that never once poured back. And they are doing things they do not want to admit. They check your profile more than they should. They zoom in on your pictures. They notice who gives you attention. They search for signs that you still think about them. They find none. They type your name just to see your face. They read old messages looking for clues. They scroll all the way back to the beginning, wondering how something that started so beautifully became this silence. A song comes on, and it ruins their whole day. They pass a place you went together, and their chest gets tight. They smell something that reminds them of you, and suddenly they cannot breathe. They see someone who looks a little like you, and their heart stops for just a moment. They ask about you casually to people who know you both. They pretend they do not care about the answer, but they hold on to every single word. They analyze everything. They wonder what you are doing, who you are with, if you are happy. And the worst part is that you seem fine, you seem peaceful, you seem whole. You seem like you have moved forward without needing a dramatic ending. And that peace you carry is more painful to them than any angry words could ever be. This is the part most people never see, because from the outside you look like you have simply moved on. But inside them, everything is falling apart. If they could speak to you right now without pride or fear, this is exactly what they would say. Listen closely, because these words will tell you everything. I feel you slipping away. I feel it every single day. Something has changed, and I do not know how to reach you anymore. I used to know exactly where I stood with you. I used to feel your energy pulling toward me. I used to know that no matter what I did or did not do, you would still be there. That knowing is gone now. And losing it feels like losing air. I took too long. I see that now. I thought I was being careful, but I was really being afraid. I thought I was protecting myself, but I was really pushing you away. I thought there would always be more time, but time has run out. I see you now in ways I never saw you before. I see your strength, your peace, your ability to be completely okay without me. I used to think I wanted you to need me, but watching you become whole without me is the most beautiful and terrifying thing I have ever witnessed. Beautiful because you deserve it. Terrifying because I am not a part of it. I scroll through old conversations. I look at pictures I told myself I deleted. I replay moments in my head wondering what I should have said, what I should have done, how I could have been braver, more open, more present when it mattered most. I think about reaching out every day. I think about it constantly. I type messages I never send. I practice conversations in my head that never happen. I imagine saying everything I have been too afraid to say. But then the fear returns. What if it is too late? What if you no longer care? What if the door I took for granted has finally closed for good? So I wait. And while I wait, I feel you getting further away. The silence between us used to feel like patience. Now it feels like distance. It used to feel like space. Now it feels like loss. I am scared. Not of you. Not of love. I am scared of what I let slip through my hands while I was busy being afraid. I am scared that I wasted my chance with the one person who actually understood me, the one person who saw past my walls, the one person who loved me not for who I pretended to be, but for who I really am. And now that person is becoming whole without me, and I do not know if there is still a place for me in their new life. I am losing the one I was meant to keep, the one my soul recognized before my mind even caught up. And I do not know how to forgive myself for taking so long to see what was standing right in front of me the whole time. Now, here is what the universe needs you to understand. Do not look away from this next part. Their panic is not your responsibility. Their awakening is not your burden. Their sudden realization that they are losing something precious does not mean you have to give yourself away all over again. You have been through something sacred. The universe has taken you through a transformation that most souls never complete in a single lifetime. You have walked through the fire of your own pain and come out the other side changed, refined, reborn. This was not an accident. This was an initiation. Your soul agreed to this journey before you even took your first breath. You agreed to walk through this darkness so that you could finally remember your own light. Do you remember who you used to be? Your soul was once held back by invisible chains. Chains of waiting, chains of hoping, chains of giving your power away to someone who did not understand its value. You used to send your energy out searching for theirs. You used to wake up reaching for your phone, hoping their name would appear. You used to fall asleep asking why love had to hurt this much. You used to dim your own light because it felt too bright, so you made yourself smaller. You hid parts of who you really were so they would not run. You accepted less when you were born for so much more. But the universe has been breaking those chains one by one until you finally stood free. Look at who you are now. Your soul has remembered itself. The deep knowing that lives in your bones has come back to life. The light you once dimmed has blazed back brighter than before. The power you gave away has returned to you multiplied. You are no longer the one who waits. You are the one who is whole. This transformation has completely rewritten your energy. Where you once gave off signals of longing, you now radiate completeness. Where you once reached out in need, you now stand in quiet, sacred self-sufficiency. The spiritual realm has a name for what you have become: magnetic wholeness. That is who you are now. A soul that walked through its own dark night and came out holding the dawn. A light that finally remembered it was never meant to be dimmed for anyone. An energy that has taken back its power. They feel this shift. They feel that the invisible thread connecting you has changed. It used to pulse with your reaching, your hoping, your waiting. Now it pulses with something completely different. Your peace, your power, your completeness. And that terrifies them more than your anger ever could. Your world has expanded and they are no longer the center of it. You have become your own center, your own source. You have created a sacred space where your energy used to reach for them. Where your heart used to ache, there is now quiet acceptance. This space pulls at them in ways they cannot explain. It creates a gap in their world that nothing else can fill. They have tried to fill it with distractions that feel hollow, with other people who feel like echoes, but nothing works, nothing comes close, because what exists between you is not ordinary. It is soul recognition, two energies that knew each other before this life, and that kind of knowing cannot be replaced with anyone else. They are beginning to understand something that shakes them to the core. The universe does not create connections like yours twice. You were an answer to something they have been searching for across lifetimes. A destiny they have been running from since the moment they first felt its weight. Now they feel that destiny slipping away, and everything inside them is screaming. But your job is not to rescue them from their own awakening. Your job is to keep walking your path, to keep honoring the transformation you worked so hard to earn. If they want to be part of your journey, they will have to rise. They will have to become someone worthy of walking beside you. You will not shrink back down to make them comfortable. Those days are completely over. And now something is happening in the invisible realm that will change everything. Keep watching, because the universe is not finished with this message yet. Something is shifting right now in a way that goes beyond what the eyes can see. The universe is creating a moment of decision, a crossroads that exists not just in the physical world, but in the space where souls make their truest choices. The agreement between your souls is not cancelled, but the terms have changed. Every soul connection has windows that open and close according to divine timing. Your souls agreed to find each other in this lifetime, but agreements require both people to honor them. And this person has been in breach for too long. The universe is patient, but the universe also has a timeline, and that timeline is reaching a critical point. They are being pushed by forces they cannot see. Every distraction is failing them. Every attempt to move forward falls flat. Every person they try to use to replace you only makes it clearer how irreplaceable you truly are. The universe is closing every escape route, forcing them to face the one truth they have been running from. You, not just you as a person, you as a soul they recognized the very moment they saw you. You as the love their spirit has been searching for across many lifetimes. They can feel the urgency moving through them. They wake up with something burning in their chest. They fall asleep with your face imprinted on their mind, a knowing in their bones that something sacred is slipping away. Something woke them up at 3 a.m, the hour when the space between worlds is at its thinnest, the hour when the soul speaks the loudest, the hour when there is nowhere left to hide from the truth. They lay there in the dark, heart racing, chest tight. It was not a nightmare. It was their higher self showing them the future they are about to lose. They put their hand on their chest. They felt it, a pulling across something they cannot name, a sense that your energy was different now, further away, less available than it had ever been. They wanted to reach for their phone. They wanted to type something, anything, but they did not know what to say, because the words that need to be said cannot be typed. They must be lived. The signs are appearing everywhere now. Numbers they keep seeing are not coincidences. They are messages. The universe is turning up the volume on a truth they have been trying to mute. They are starting to understand something that shifts everything. Your patience was a sacred gift, not something they were owed. Your love was an offering from your soul, not something they could take for granted and come back to whenever convenient. The soul that stood before them was the answer to prayers made in other lifetimes, the resolution to things they have been carrying for a very long time. Seeing the truth is not the same as acting on it. They can have every spiritual realization in the world and still be completely frozen by human fear. They can feel the door closing and still not find the courage to walk through it. This is exactly where they are right now, standing at the crossroads of their soul's journey. One path leads back to fear, to repeated patterns, to another lifetime of learning the same lesson all over again. The other path leads to you, to vulnerability, to a love that transforms everything it touches. Their fears are loud right now, but underneath all of that noise, something louder is rising, a knowing that if they do not act, they will carry the weight of this regret forward. A soul that is finally getting tired of being afraid. The universe is holding space for their choice, but the window that is open right now will not stay open forever. And here is what they do not fully understand yet. Your door is not closing out of spite. It is closing because a door that stays permanently open for someone who will not walk through it is not love. It is self-abandonment. You are not closing the door on love. You are opening a door to something far greater, And that door will lead you somewhere beautiful, whether they find the courage to follow or not. Stay until the very end, because what comes next is the most important part of this entire message. The universe needs to speak directly to your soul right now. Not about them, about you, about the sacred being you have always been, about the truth that will remain true no matter what they decide. You are not waiting anymore. And that is not a loss. That is the most powerful victory a soul can experience in human form. That is the moment a being of light stops forgetting what it truly is. That is the moment you chose yourself with the same depth you once chose them. The universe is not just proud of you. The universe is in complete awe of you. Do you understand how rare it is for a soul to do what you have done? To walk through that kind of longing and come out not bitter but whole. To let go of what you wanted most in order to honor what you actually deserve. This is mastery. This is what souls work through many lifetimes trying to achieve. And you have done it here, now, in this body, in this life. The same force that holds galaxies in their spiraling dance has been holding you. The same pull that moves oceans toward the moon has been pulling you toward your highest self. You are not separate from any of that. You are an expression of it. The light that burns in distant stars burns right in the center of your chest. You are not a small human having a spiritual experience. You are something infinite, temporarily wearing human form. And you have just proven that you remember that. Whatever happens next with this person, you are already complete. If they find their courage and choose you, that is something rare and beautiful. That is two souls fulfilling a contract written long before either of you took physical form. That is love winning a battle against fear that has been fought across many dimensions. But if they cannot rise to meet you, you will not fall. You cannot fall. You have become your own ground. The universe did not guide you through everything you have survived just to leave you now. The love you are meant to experience is already written into the fabric of your story. Whether it comes through this person or through a door you cannot yet see, it is coming. It is certain. You are worthy of love that does not make you question your worth. You are worthy of love that shows up fully, that chooses you without hesitation, that looks at you like you are something sacred because it understands that you truly are. You deserve a soul that looks at its own fear and says, "Not this time.